Yes, well, family, black again, black again. Welcome, one and all. Another reason with the priest. Today we're gonna talk about the body, the goody we call it, as Baba Shanti. Let's deal with it. Black again. Yes, well, family. Throughout time and space, you know, man and men and women has lost the ability to maintain good health. We can get straight to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the Bible says God created the fruits that bear seeds for our food, and the leaves of those trees is for the healing of the nation. Somehow, over the passage of time, we're not eating fruits for our food, and we're not using the leaves for our medicine. So why? We say, oh, we have a new age, we have technology. I mean, we have advancement, But if we really look at this advancement, it's not really working out for us because there's still no cure for cancer. There's still no cure for leukemia. There's still no cure for high blood pressure or even diabetes, type 1 or type 2. So what's happening? If the Bible is saying if we eat the fruits bearing seeds and we drink the leaves, it's for the healing of the nation, why are we not being healed? Well, we have to go deeper into it. As we look over the years, healing, has become more of a business. So much a business that a regular everyday person cannot go and say, I healed someone. If they do that in certain countries, the government can put them in court, for fraudulent claims, they would say. Because you're not a certified medical doctor, you cannot heal. So what would they do with the black Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago, who healed the blind, who make the lame to walk, who even bring a man forward to life? You see, what about that? They're going to put the black Jesus Christ in jail for healing because he don't have a medical certificate from the medical world? Yes, royal family, that's the day that we're stuck in. That's the day that we come to, where a government group of people makes decision on our health, and they're not open-minded about it because it's become more of an industry, a money-making machine, more of a treatment center rather than a healing center. So those who go out now and claim that, hey, we're going to heal people. I know everybody want me to get to that point, but well, come on now, let's talk about the healing. We getting there. Just stick with me throughout the video. Now, when others who look at health from a different perspective want to go then heal people, this disturbs this medical industry. Because the medical industry have found a greater investment in treating illnesses rather than researching to cure illnesses. The reason why they don't research to cure illnesses because it will contradict their very existence. I can only for short because this is a YouTube video. I don't want to get in trouble. I would give you hints. F, D, and A. Yes, royal family. The medical world, they don't want to find the cause of diseases because they already know the causes of diseases is from the food distribution, is from the food administration. So the way they've been administering food to the world is actually the cause of all diseases. So if they ever research how to cure illnesses, they would have to research the foods that people eat. And that's not in the interest, we know, of big pharma companies and, those who have well invested into the treatment centers, not the healing centers. So anyway, now that we identify that, the larger outlook of health is controlled by those who just want to treat and not heal, let's see if we can deal with some healing. Now, from our perspective, the natural herbalist, the natural doctor, the natural priest that is going to use the herbs, that the Bible says, and, gonna allow you to eat the food that the Bible says we designed to eat. We approach the body from chemistry. We integrate modern science into the bushes. We find out what's going on between the plant and the human body. And we do this by using a subject called chemistry. Now, chemistry is basically all the minerals of the world are laid on a chart, and they have different, compound structures to them. But this chemical chart, as I shown you, it is said to contain all the minerals that exist on this planet. Even some are being added that they say come from other planets, but yet it's the periodic table. It tells you exactly what everything in the world is created of. So the base of life is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Everything in the world must have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen to exist. Let's look on the periodic table. Let's look for carbon. So we're going to go over to our right-hand side of the page, and we're going to look to the right-hand top. We're going to see C. The C on the periodic table represents carbon. We're going to scroll just a little bit over, and we're going to see a O. That represents the oxygen. You see? Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to find hydrogen. So we have to go all over to the left page to the top, and we're going to find H. That's hydrogen. So it's these three minerals, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, CHO, that create that basically everything in the world has it in it. Everything else is a trace mineral, but the base of life comes from carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Our bodies are basically made out of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbon is the material structure. You see, the hydrogen and oxygen, that's what we know as water. They say the body is made of mostly water. So H2O is hydrogen and oxygen. You see, H is for the hydrogen, the two, so that's two hydrogen molecules. Then the oxygen, you see, that makes water. So our body is mostly water. So now we see right away how this periodic table is becoming a part of our bodies. When you go to the doctor and the doctor say, hey, you got high blood pressure, you need to stop your sodium. Sodium, what is sodium? Let's look on the periodic table and see if we find sodium. Yeah, it's a Na. Oh, here we go. Right under hydrogen to the left of the screen to the chart. Let's go down 1, 2. In the purple, you'll see Na. That's sodium. So the doctor's telling you have too much of this mineral in your body. So you see how we go in family again, how the whole bodies consist of what minerals. And to balance the sodium to make you healthier, to get rid of so much sodium in your body, you put potassium in there. which is a base to sodium. So it's the K that is right under the Na. You see? So K stands for potassium. So if you get a lot of more potassium in, it's going to balance out the sodium in your goodie. So you see, we're just playing a chemical war. So we as natural herbalists, when we address the bodies consist of trillions of cells that are created by the periodic table. Everything in your body is on this periodic table. You see, everything your bodies consist of, it's on this periodic table. So if your body is not operating and functioning right, it has one or two problems. It has too much of any of these chemicals, or it has too little of any of these chemicals. You see, for instance, in diabetic patients, something is missing off this periodic table that doesn't allow the cell to function properly in regards to insulin and sugar. What is mostly known to be missing is a mineral called chromium. You see? And if we look on the periodic table, we would find chromium is also there the same. Then we have copper in our bodies. You see? We have zinc, Zn, zinc. We have magnesium, Mg, iron. You see, all these things are in our goodie. Cl, the chloride. That's what helps. Like if you have digestive problems, your food is not digesting properly. It's not that you need, an acid over-the-counter drug. You need the very minerals that make up the acid to digest your food. In your stomach, the acid that digests your food is called hydrochloric acid. What is hydrochloric acid? Let's find it on the periodic table. If you take hydrogen, which is to the top, on the left-hand side of the periodic table, and then we take chlorine, which is on the right-hand side of the periodic table, Cl in yellow, and we put them together, we get hydrochloric acid. So a person that have stomach issues, they need hydrogen, they need to breathe a lot more, they need more water, and then they need chlorine. They need a natural form of chlorine, you see, which will basically come from plants. That's where we're going into the healing part. In nature, just like our bodies, every plant is made up out of minerals. Every rock is made out of minerals. The ocean is made out of minerals. The sky, the clouds, everything. Even your house is made out of minerals because your blocks come from the rocks. Your wood come from the trees. You see, even the light in your house come from minerals. Copper wire, you see, and then you have your carbon brushes. Together they make electricity. So we still back to the periodic table when we talk about the central nervous system and proper nerve, movement of electricity. Then we want to look at the minerals, carbon and copper. By increasing the carbon intake and the copper intake into your system, you can calm the nerves. Because if the nerves lack copper, that's not enough electricity being made. If it's too much of anything, then you have an excitement of the system. It's too much copper, we're all just fighting a chemical war. So is Bobo Shanti gonna go into your body and fight these chemical wars? Yes. How? In nature, every plant has the minerals that are consistent with what your body needs. You see? So, in a rock and in our bodies and in the plant, we all have iron. The iron in the rock is phosphorus iron. It's an oxide, it's toxic. You see? But the iron in the plant is iron phosphate. It's not toxic to our body. Yes, well, family. So you'll be like, Bobo, if all our body need is minerals, or they lack, or they have too much of, and the plants have everything we need, then, you know, what happened? Well, you know, a group of people decided to go against what is natural, and I guess they decides that we could consume rocks, so they start to get the iron from the rocks. They start to get, minerals from the seashell. They start to get minerals from bat feces. They even try to get minerals from meat, from flesh. Sorry, because meat is food, is fruits. They change meat into flesh, but meat, according to the Bible, is really fruits. You see? So they even try to get minerals from another flesh instead of just going to the plant, which has the same minerals as the flesh of an animal. It has the same minerals as the rock. It has the same minerals as the bat feces. It has the same mineral as the conch shell, or whatever they want to drink or think. The plant has the same mineral compound. Everything in the world is made of the same minerals. Now, the state of these minerals is what makes a difference. So if I know that my blood needs iron, because iron is what helps the body to make oxygen, so you could breathe, so you could be healthy. So all the other chemicals in your body, they could have a base metal, to electrify off, to magnetize off. You see? So if I'm looking for iron to electrify my goodie, I cannot go to a rock and look for iron. That's phosphorus iron. I can't go to a cow's flesh and look for iron. You see? The iron in the cow, once the cow dies, the iron is destroyed. Because the compounds in the iron go into degeneration. Because with minerals, you need multiple compounds of minerals to hold a structure together. It's when all the minerals in our bodies are balanced, that's when our structure holds together. The minute any of these minerals become off balance, our structure starts to fall apart, which is just common sense. It's just common sense. So when we eat meat, we break down the structure of the animal by killing it. It's no longer good minerals. They're degenerative minerals. But plants are different. When you pick a fruit of a plant, you see, or you drink the leaf of the plant in a talk in a tea form or whatever, you're gonna get iron phosphate, not iron phosphorus like from the rock. You're going to get iron phosphate, a natural plant form. And it's going to give me the iron I need. You see? When I want my sodium, I'm not going to go to the over-the-shelf sodium. I'm going to natural sea salt, or the natural sodium in fruits, because it's not a toxic form. You see? Even when I'm seeking my iodine, I have to get it in the iodide form that comes from the sea moss. So, royal family, let's look at healing from a different point of view. Let's look at it from the Bible's point of view, from a natural point of view. The leaves are the healing of the nation, and every fruit bearing seed is for our food. Jah Rastafari. Black again.